Well, usually I have some words of wisdom, but at almost 3:30 in the morning, not so much. Well, usually I have some words of wisdom, but hey, at almost 3. I didn't mute myself on the damn stream. What a dumbass. I gotta go through cadent the link. There it goes. Oy. Yeah, feeling a little bit shaggy today. One of my non-walking days today. It drives me insane. It buggers me. It boogers my existence. And I didn't like it. But hey. Whew. You ever have one of those cricks in your neck? You know, like there's like one muscle and you don't know where it is. You just keep feeling around to see if you get that sting, but you can't find it. And then you turn your neck to the right or left and all of a sudden it just punches right up. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And a good morning to you, Denny.
Hey, sup, Doc?
And what are you doing?
I am in the car heading to the Ren Fair site.
Sounds like you'll be having some fun tomorrow.
I'm going to be working, but tomorrow night, after all the people who I'm trying to get to buy stuff leave, I'm planning on having plenty of very alcohol-induced fun.
Awesome. Are you selling juries? I remember you told me a previous story where you were selling bodices, but I didn't know if it changed from year to year.
Well, there's a couple different fairs that I do, and most of the time I always wind up in a leather booth.
By choice, of course.
Oh, completely by choice. I love leather.
I actually have, like one of those incense burners where you use the powdered incense.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite used to be leather.
Oh.
And I don't know, there's just something about like I enjoyed getting on a bike and riding, but
Mm-hmm.
it was because I was putting my jacket and my chaps on. Because you get that nice, well, if you're really going to use chaps, you got to, if they haven't done it before, you got to saddle soap them up. So yeah. I kind of like that mixed smell of the saddle soap and the leather.
I don't know what it is about the smell of leather. Like, for some reason, it always gets to me. But then again, I get almost a similar reaction at the smell of steak. So maybe I just like dead cows.
Well, good morning, Sir Adamantine.
Hey, Adamantine.
This morning, Addie. Yeah. Do you know what a Newfoundland is?
A Newfoundland?
Yeah.
Isn't that a place?
I should say, have you ever seen the dog that they call a Newfoundland?
Mayhaps. I can't say for sure that I have.
Okay, they are big dogs. I'm talking like if they sit back on their haunches, they can be between 5 to 6 feet tall.
Oh, kind of like what's those? Fuck.
A couple of 100 pounds.
Yeah, because like I know there's a couple of different dogs that are just about like that. Like people always go, the biggest dog is a Great Dane, and yeah, those can be big. But there are a couple of other bigger dogs. Like, aren't mastiffs about the same too?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they they can be. I had a buddy who owned a Newfoundland, probably weighed about 300 pounds, and it would come up to you and rear back on its hind legs. I'm like 5'10".
Yeah.
I think I used to be 5'11", but age, you shrink. Um,
I've been shrinking myself too over the years. I understand.
that dog would come up to you and rear back and put both of its paws on your shoulder and then lick you.
Oh,
That's how big
puppy
that dog.
hugs.
Yeah, big slobbery puppy hugs. But anyway, when you said steak, it reminded me. The dog's name was Chubby, and that dog probably at the very least, like weighed 275. Huge dog, big black dog. And every time my buddy would cook steaks out on the grill, Chubby would just sit there and wait and wait and wait and hope and pray that he was going to get a steak. But anytime he smelled steak, he always got a lipstick. I'm trying to say this in a non grotesque way, but his male member, his lipstick would unsheathe and be laying there on the deck because he was just so excited. He was more excited about a steak than breeding.
Well, if your friend ever wanted to breed them, all you would have to do is just cover the female in steak.
Yeah, just rub it all around, but it had to be cooked. Chubby was particular, but God, man, that dog was hilarious. And the schwanz on that thing, I mean, literally, even though it was a big dog, if he had to walk around or they wanted to make him move, that poor lipstick would drag the ground. And we were just like, can't we put like a diaper or some tidy whities on him or something, because that can't be healthy. I mean, I wouldn't drag my penis through the dirt or risk a splinter dragging it across a deck. But I guess that's just me. Are you still with me?
I'm trying. I'm trying to be.
Well, I do have happy news. I got everything ordered for my new rig.
I saw it's going to be on the 15th.
Yeah, at the latest. I got parts coming in because this was just a system. Yeah, it didn't come with a keyboard or a mouse or a monitor or anything like that. So I got all the peripherals too. So they're going to be trickling in like one at a time.
That's awesome, though.
I also, I spent it down to the last dime. I also got an external CD DVD writer. They were cheap, man. They were like $16. I also got a drive dock because I have two dead external drives, and this thing was like $18 or something. But you can put in a drive that no longer works, but as long as it spins, it'll try and recover. That's something that Occam turned me on to.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and oh man, would it be awesome just to I know it's kind of a sidebar, but it's tech, and there was a little bit of money left, and I'm like, yeah, let me do this. What else? Yeah, there's a monitor coming. I've got and I tried to shop smart, get as much as I can because I was completely dumb with everything else. So I did people. I asked a lot of people from behind the scenes Special shout outs go to Occam's Router, Water Jabbers, No Life. Oh God, there's a couple more that I'm forgetting, but I shopped it around and I said, well, what do you guys think I need? Because, you know, I'm a boomer. I'm a complete idiot about this stuff. And
fuck my reception. I'm only catching like a couple of the things you're saying. Can you hear me right now? So I'm just gonna like kind of ramble, and if I like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. If you can find somebody better who can get on,
I can hear you.
It is an absolute shite right now. Like that'd be. I would find no offense if you're just like, all right, done. I'm sorry.
No, how about we bring some backup on?
But
I'm not gonna boot you, but I'll bring some backup on. Because I can hear you intermittently. Buzz probably won't come on because he's probably at work, but I'll send it to him anyway.
In my fucking insomniac state as I. God damn it.
I can. I don't know. Addie, do you have any interest in coming on? Because I know, you know, Cadunt is the main draw for this show.
Adam Manheim is amazing. Would draw so much better.
But yeah, I think I've got everything I'm going to need, and I kept finding cheaper PCs because they're like, well, here's the specs that you want, and yeah, they were cheaper PCs, but the big thing was they everybody looked at them. The people I was getting advice from, and they're like, well, you need to have SSD because HDD, when it fails, it completely fails. And I'm like, I don't know dick about this. And one of the first ones that I pulled, it was like, well, you know, because SSD means solid state drive. And oh well, Addie, we won't push you. He's sick.
Oh, poor Addie. I hope you get better. I don't know if you even heard that. Okay, I don't know why I keep trying. I'm sorry.
No.
Hi, Buzz.
No.
Hey, it's on.
Hey, Buzz. But I found one that had what is it? 512 gig of SSD, and they were saying that that's pretty much the best you can get, you know, in the price range that I'm looking for. Because you know, I didn't. People are like, oh, you got to get the best computer possible, and it's this. And somebody sent me one, and it's like, you fucker, it's $3,000. I'm not gonna pay $3,000 for a computer. That's just not happening.
Oh yeah, hell no.
You know, I'm not a super serious gamer, but apparently, the one that I have, you can, or the one that's coming, you can do gaming with it.
Well, that means that it should have great processing power for the streaming. Yeah,
it does. It's going to do everything that I want it to do, and it should last about 5 to 7 years before it goes completely out. But as long as there's no fuckery with Streamlabs or YouTube, then this thing should last for a long time. Hey, yeah. Big Fat Brian.
Hey, Big Fat Brian, do you want to come on? Because I am going through some shitty reception area, and Buzz has this tendency to be quiet.
Well, I don't want to step on people's toes.
Well, no worries. Like, just, you're fine, Buzz. I'm just saying, like, I've seen you in Hangouts before, and you tend to keep quiet, and it's just like you have a really good voice, and I like hearing some of your insight and your input.
rude and interrupt because I can be a motor mouth at times. So I'm trying to work on that.
Dad, just pace yourself.
Yeah.
But I need to go upgrade some SSD drives myself, man. Because
Well, here's the thing, Buzz. I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. And here is the awesomeness of the I'm going to say the C word, community around me, because I mean, literally I had offers, hey, I'll build this for you. And I already, made the decision that I want to have it made by a company. So if it fuckers up, then I can yell at them. I don't want to yell at somebody who is trying to do me a kindness.
that's a good idea.
Like the old saying, never buy a used car from your family.
Yeah.
So and it's so nice because they're like, well, I can I can either throw some money in and help out, or I can build it for you. And I'm like, you guys behind the scenes are contributing something that is invaluable to me, because I don't know dick about this. Only thing I want is to make sure that I'm going to be able, because I fucking can't afford Steam. I'm not going to be buying any games. So this is my keep me sane PC.
Yeah.
And that's where the love comes in. And Nicholas, I actually purchased for cheap, because I used to do this all the time. Yeah, but you got to purchase the games, Nicholas. Steam may be free to join, but most of the free games that are available, from what my stepdaughter told me, blow. And I don't want to play like Five Nights at Freddy's or any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But they helped me out to help me figure out everything. But I did buy an external optic drive, so I can burn CDs and DVDs. And so that's going to be my backup drive. And it was like 18 or 20 bucks, something like that. Yeah.
Now they got the 256 gigabyte jump drive. At Costco, a thumb drive, 250, about half of your hard drive space for $40.
Well, I'm hoping I can recover the one external that died, and that was a terabyte worth of stuff. There's another drive I have that died that has all the movie footage that I shot. I did a movie about 10 years ago, and the footage, I didn't have everything cobbled together yet, and the drive died.
Oh yeah,
everything's on there. I still kept the mini DVs from it, so if I wanted to firewire it and re-download everything and recut everything, I certainly could. But everything's already cut down on that drive. And truth be told, this computer would never be able to fucking handle hooking in a camera with a FireWire and trying to download.
Oh, I got some of those ancient monstrosities myself.
Alucard says, "Oi, oi, mate! It's a Ted Fair Dinkin." But yeah, I mean, everybody behind the scenes was so incredibly helpful, and I showed them. I was like, "This is the one that I'm thinking of going for," and they're like, "Yeah. That one will definitely work for you. Matter of fact, it's going to be more than you need." And I'm like, "Yeah, but will it be more than I need like 3-4 years down the road?" It's like, "Oh no, this is current tech, and this will pass you up next week." So
yeah, because my iMac I got, it was almost 10 years old. It's still It's still doing what I wanted to do, but it don't take no more updates for. You can't upgrade those things. So I'm getting my old PC that. Well, I got the i5 core PC that for my work. They when they upgrade, they sell the old ones to the employees.
Yeah.
I got that one for $20. So I was like, yes, score.
Oh yeah, my brother has a tech job with the government, and one of his things was what was it? Once I think it was once every 12 months. He went around and collected up all the laptops, and then somebody came back behind him and passed out the new ones.
Yeah, you know, they well a lot of auctions. They'll you know, auction them off and get what they can back for them.
Well, they on the Air Force base that he worked, they actually had kind of like an interior PX, and they would sell them off there, but no, you know, it wasn't, you know, like the PX that was open to the public though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's they do that too. They'll clean them up, wipe everything out, put a new drive in, and there you go.
Yeah, and I'm incredibly excited, just because I'm going to keep the I'm still going to keep my my shitty monitor, the one with the Goss marks in it, but I'm going to try to use it as a secondary because I've seen a lot of guys do their Streamlabs setups where they do use two monitors.
Now, do you have a video card that supports that?
Fuck, I don't know.
Okay, that's the. I've got a. I come across somewhere. I got a video card and cable for two monitors. I gotta find a computer system to put it in to set it up. I got a bunch of towers that I've got here or there. People are tossing, and I take them and Frankenstein them all together to make one working system. And it's been a few years since I went back, so I went to my container because we were getting ready to build a house. And I was looking at them all like, "Oh crap, what's in here?"
Oh hell, I've got. I have a shit ton of 3-patch mail jacks and coax cable. I mean, that's pretty much where my tech level stops.
Yeah. Me, I made the mistake of buying getting some of the Dell small form factor. And the problem with those, since they're proprietary, they only make so many motherboards for it as far as upgrades. You can't upgrade it past whatever it is.
Good morning, Tennessee Marine. And yeah, this is how normal people talk. This isn't geek speak. This is like, okay, this fucking shit's here and we got to deal with it now. But yeah,
I have a few towers though. I'm looking to get a board to the i7s. I do a lot of the video editing, and the faster your processor, the faster your render times, get some of the videos and stuff that I do out. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'll upgrade it. The wife's got that good job now, so okay, good. In a couple of months, I'll start raiding her bank account.
Well, Buzz, did you see the tech specs that I posted on it?
Not yet. I'll have to go back and take a look at it though.
Yeah, it's got a hexa-core. What is it? Shit. It runs at 3.7 gig, and I don't know what generation the i7 is on it, but
probably 8th generation if you bought it recently.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's definitely going to do everything that I need it to do. Although I will spend some time, since they're not up and awake. I will spend some time going, going, "Hey guys, can I come play Killing Floor 2 with you?" Or
Like
wait, I'll play some Dead by Daylight.
I saw the new ad for the new iMac and the stuff that it can do. And I was drooling over it, so I showed the wife the price. It's only $6,000. I said, you know, I'll buy parts and fix one of my old towers up, and then we'll go with that.
I'd rather have a car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll just sit there and I'll piece one together and it's a little bit cheaper. I mean, it's not as flashy, but you know, I can get a big screen and that's some studio equipment I can get. You know, it's green screens and that's a new camera. I mean, hell, that's for doing videos and stuff.
I'm definitely not letting Tennessee on. He's talking UFC. I mean, I will watch guys beat the shit out of each other, but you know, usually it's in a bar setting. Because those are more fun. And come on, let's face it, chick fights in a bar are much more fun to watch than female UFC fighters.
I mean, especially if it starts off with one of the chicks throwing some sort of liquid onto the other, and then wet t-shirt contest.
Well,
I probably cut out right there. I'm gonna stop trying. God
no. You were fine, and you're being incredibly optimistic.
Yeah.
Tennessee, did you want to come on? Because then it becomes the Tennessee Marine Variety Hour.
I don't know if you can handle two jarheads in one stream, man.
Well, I also sent a link to Big Fat Brian too, but I didn't check back on Twitter here to see if anybody responded. Where you at, Tennessee? You know what? I gotta stop talking to people in DMs. I seriously have to stop it. Because there's a lot of fucking DMs now. I mean, come on, people. I mean, seriously? I've got, wait a minute here. Let me take a look here real quick. I've got 252 followers, and I must have at least 100 people in DMs.
That's what you get for being so popular.
Fucking retarded. And I'm kind of on shaky ground right now because I've been talking with Jim Wynorski. He's supposed to be coming on the next show. And he's like, I don't know, this technology scares me. And I'm just like, suck it up, man. You've made over 170 films. You can figure out how to fucking work Google Hangouts. But yeah, I was going through his list, and some of these are just fucking hilarious. There, here, wait, let me IMDb him. Okay, wait, I gotta close this tab and close this tab. There we go. And that should allow me to pull up IMDb without making my... Oh, no, the fans started kicking in even more. Fuck you, fan. I'm going to put you out to pasture with all the old workhorses. You've done your job. Let's see here. Okay. So, yeah, they actually say on IMDb, a 25-year veteran in the Hollywood exploitation field. Really, you think? Okay, here's some of the shows that he's been involved in. I know I've already done the ones that he's known for, but he's also done Body Chemistry 4, Full Exposure, Raptor, Oh, I didn't know they did a Bear Winch. They did a Bear Winch Project 2, Scared Topless. Oh, wait. They did a Bear Winch Project 3, Nymphs of Mystery Mountain. Wait, Bear Winch Project Uncensored. It was a softcore TNA to start off with. You, yeah, never mind. Let's see here. Project Viper, Busty Cops. Oh, I'm sure that probably went over well. Komodo versus Cobra, The Lust Connection. Let's see here. House on Hooter Hill. Their parody of Cloverfield, which is Cleavage Field. The Devil Wears Nada. The Hills Have Thighs. Oh God, the Hills Have Thighs.
Lord of the G-String.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I would.
Playmate of the Apes.
Busty Cops and the Jewel of Denial. Dino Croc versus Super Gator. Oh, this is one of my favorite. Piranaconda. Let's see here. Shark Babes, Sexipede. I have no idea. I wonder if that's a take on Human Centipede. And he just finished one that's completed. Yeah, he's been doing some stuff for sci-fi. Oh wait, I forgot to mention the Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre. And he's coming out as his most recent one coming out is Cobra Gator. Because it's a cobra, but it's a gator too. And we haven't had enough of those yet. But I'll do some research on people. I'll listen to podcasts that they're on or read printed interviews, and Jim might be a little tricky. I did read a news article. Good morning, Antihero. I did read an article where he is one of the plaintiffs. You guys know the deal about Roger Corman, right?
Or no, I haven't been following it.
Or well, I mean, you've heard of Roger Corman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to own AIP, American International Pictures. He was the guy who made the original Little Shop of Horror in 2 days. He's an amazing guy, man. He was cranking out schlock and exploitation long before anybody. He turned it into an art. He sincerely did. He's the one who did like Big Bad Mama and Death Race 2000. He did Rock and Roll High School. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that he did that were big back then. I think he did Teenage Caveman too. I mean, the motherfucker's got credits that just go on and on and on. He was like the producer for the original The Fast and the Furious. You know, back in like the 50s.
They had some good stuff back then.
But yeah, I mean, he produced a shitload of content. You know, the kind of stuff you'd catch on UHF channels.
Yep.
You know, the late night movies that weren't good, but you know they entertained you enough. Now he's still alive. but he's like 92, 93, somewhere around there. He's in his early 90s now.
Yep, he's in the window.
Yeah. And his children basically took over his assets because essentially he's non-compos mentis is what they're claiming, is that he's not able to handle his own business now.
Yeah.
And so his kids are diving in and basically trying to split up the assets, and they're selling the film library. Well, a lot of the people who helped to create all this stuff, they are not going to receive a dime for any royalties.
That sucks.
Yeah. They're like, hey, if you're selling the library, we should have a piece of this. I mean, basically, Wynorski's first movie was Chopping Mall.
But see, the problem with the copyright stuff, 'cause I looked into this, if they were paid to do it, that's it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're technically, from what I was reading, that the agreements that were set up back then have interpretive property, or at least that's what the lawyers are saying.
Yeah, okay. Now, it all depends how the, like I say, what was written down. But if they were paid, like I had a guy to put some music in one of my songs.
Yeah,
I paid him, and so he has no claims to whatever I do with it down the road, as far as his music input type thing. That's all I was saying. So it all depends on how the agreement was worded. You know, but yeah, that's BS if they just try to take off and then not spread the word.
Yeah.
Well,
the right thing to do is give the people who are involved in it part of it at least a little something, you know. Shit.
Well, but here's the real dick move. He's got 4 kids, right?
Yeah.
And he set up this trust fund for them. And the catalog was set up under this trust fund. So what was it? Earlier this year, Corman went ahead and sold the rights, and he's got like almost 300 films, and he sold them out to I think it was Shout Factory, and there's also a Hong Kong one, and these are just all the pictures that he had in New Horizons. So it technically doesn't include the AIP stuff, but his sons are suing because it's like it's our money, so they're suing their own dad, and then you've got these side people coming in, you know, and rightfully so, because Corman paid dick to these people.
Hey!
Hey.
Sorry about that.
No. So Corman essentially didn't pay these guys dick. I mean, they're looking for a little scratch, but I believe, and we didn't go into it very deeply, that I think Wynorski is actually part of the multi-plaintiff suit, suing as well for film rights. So
it's like the stuff that I do. I'm out here in Nashville. I do some music writing and try to get some, or actually lyric writing, I should say, but try to get some guys to do demo work. So I'll pay you, and I'll be fair with, you know. I'm not trying to screw anybody over. That's my big thing. Because I give credit where credit's due, and I put it up right in the middle of it.
Well, yeah. Usually, like when I enter into an agreement to do some writing, unless it's like content generator writing, then I don't give a fuck. I get paid by the I get paid by the word on that bullshit. But if I have a completed story and somebody wants to use it, they'll get like exclusive rights if they want to do audio adaptation, or they'll get print rights for a certain amount of years, but they do not in any way get ownership of the actual story. That still is mine.
Oh yeah, no, that's the best way to do it.
Well, you know, you follow the James Brown way, or Stevie Wonder did it too, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. You know, like none of my stuff. It's never going to go anywhere, but I ain't going to give it away.
Well, wait a minute. Ray Charles was big with that too. And they were not going to let a black man own his own stuff. And he was like, I've already got the masters physically, so we can either negotiate this or you can go pound sand.
Yep, that's how they do it.
Kadant, are you still with us, dear?
Barely, if you can hear me. Like I can hear you guys every once in a while. I don't know if you can hear me at all right now.
You're
like,
fine.
My reception keeps going in and out and in and out, and I have issues hearing you guys.
Hey, what you do in your bedroom? I don't need to hear about the in and out thing.
Mr. Roboto, Kaduntbot activated. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Should we bring Andrew on?
Yeah, just everybody that's in the chat that you see, and you're like, I recognize that name, except for Adamanti, because Addie is sick, so we're gonna not push Addie. But I would say throw the link to like everybody, because why not? You know, make it at a party stream.
Yeah, because I could have bounced a few, so you know.
No, because there's 10 people watching. I could barely handle it with a Trippy stream.
Well, throw it to like a couple of the 10 people who are watching, and then this way you can have one of them watch the chat, which is what I would normally do if my reception were better. So I apologize, I am failing.
Well, I threw it to Brian. I threw it to Tennessee. I'm trying to see. I know Antihero's on here somewhere. Pregon. I can't find you, Antihero. I'm going to have to do the boomer way. Okay. There you are, Antihero cast.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have not had any discussions on the Twitters. I don't think that link is going to help. So we'll try that link. Oh, my brain is crunchy chewy. Well,
hopefully I'll have my next video out this next couple of days.
And well, I don't know if you guys. Oh, and good morning, Chop Top. Good morning, Alfred Keith.
Morning, everybody. If you can even hear Robo Kadun.
Yeah, we can hear you. And if you guys didn't check out Trippy Poop's birthday stream, you really should have. That was a lot of fun. It picked up only 4 copyright claims, which is pretty good. And
mine was a live performance. They can't clean it.
Well, there was there was dancing and singing and moving with the grooving. I think I kind of had them back on their heels when I did Baby Got Back. Because I can barely rap. But, you know, I had a story with it, so I guess that's not a bad thing. I will throw out the Chop Top too. It's so funny. I put in Chop Top, and the first thing that comes up is Bill Mosley. I'm still trying to get him on the show because I've had some great conversations with him, and I certainly would like to have him on. He is a smart son of a bitch too. He is incredibly smart. So don't go fucking around, or he will lay the smacketh down on you. Good morning, Trippy. I will send Trippy the link as well.
Hey, Trippy!
Trippy was a good birthday boy. He even did some Insane Clown Posse.
I'm here.
Yeah, had I been home with my good mic, I would have done some live stuff on there. But...
Oh, well, welcome to the actual stream, Big Fat Brian and Antihero.
How's it going?
Hi, honey.
Hey, babe.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. I'm just celebrating my love of the people who made sure that I got a computer that didn't suck.
Oh, yeah.
That I just wasn't at home weeping and crying as this one shuts down.
Are you going to recycle this one?
Yeah, more than likely because wifey wants to watch Netflix, and she's got a crap top in the bedroom, and she likes to lay down and watch movies. And at the very least, if the only thing she's doing on this one is Netflix, then it'll be fine.
That's what I've got going on. This is a nice Netflix machine right now. I'm actually getting ready to buy a new computer myself.
Hey, well, now here's a new entry into the realm of the Ramble stream. I'll throw a link out to Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Mm.
Well,
I haven't-
thanks for having me on, but I got to bounce. I got drunks to babysit, so.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it?
Oh, it depends. You know, they're not doing what I want them to do. Like,
Just get a bottle full of vinegar water. You can spray them in the face.
yeah. Well, I think my employer might get a little bit upset if I do that.
It'll be fine. Just don't spray it in their eyes.
Hey, just to warn you, I'm about to go through some hilly mountains and stuff. So if you couldn't hear me before, and I couldn't hear you before, it's about to probably get a lot worse because.
Man, she wasn't kidding.
I just wondered.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you even heard that.
Nope.
Not really, no. Some great auto-tune, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Robot,
Kanye would have been
Understood.
proud.
robot engage.
Fucking Jesus would have been proud right there.
And thank you very much, Buzz. Buzz said he got cut off on his phone in the chat. And a good morning to you, William. And hey, man, there is a link waiting for you if you want it. And no, it's not in the fucking Discord. You know, I don't go into Discord unless I have to. And, you know, I'm all out of body condoms. So, ugh. And a new entry, Kumara, has shown up in the chat. Hello, Kumara.
You know, I actually looked up body condoms, and they're not as cheap as they used to be. It's like $126 for a XXX body condom.
Well, that's the only kind of body condom you should have is XXX.
I don't really think I want to know why you actually devoted time to looking up the price point of a body condom.
Actually, so it was because I wanted to wear it during a video, obviously. You know,
whatever sick fetishistic videos you and your significant others produce, I don't want to know about them, especially at 4:14 in the morning.
This is work safe. It's for YouTube.
Oh God, this sounds even worse.
Oh, and by the way, hey man, nice shot. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to me. Well, let's start talking about full body condoms. Welcome. Hello to me.
Okay, Tennessee asked, then why do I have a Discord? I will answer this question. I have no fucking idea why I have a Discord. Although it has actually been used once. Because when the match game stream for PKD kind of went foobar, we just loaded into my Discord so we could actually do the show. So it's actually come up once and been okay. Before that, I only had like maybe 12 people in there because I sincerely didn't want anybody to know that I actually had a Discord. But
all Discords are the best.
But you know, I didn't want to be ninja with it. But you know, also there's been there's limited availability for people to do stuff. Like there's only like 3 people who could ever invite anybody into the Discord. And I will keep it that way because, including me, I only visit my Discord maybe like once every couple of weeks because I give no fucks. I mean, the only reason why I think I still have Discord to go into is just like jumping on Blackout Stream or jumping out on Morning Decay. Those are pretty much the only 2 that I guessed on nowadays. Because Trippy uses Google Hangouts like myself.
It's clear the smartest person here.
I don't know, man. That clear fluid leaking out of my ears might tell me different.
I'm going to get that looked at.
Hey, it's clear at least.
No, it's not good at all. If it's like yellow and milky coming out, that just means earwax is melting.
Yeah, but if it's red, it's even worse. It means there's blood in your, you know.
No, if it's clear, it's cranial fluid.
Trust me. But if there's red in it, then it's cranial fluid with blood in it.
Usually it'll just pop and leak. At least that's been my experience. I've only had 3 major concussions.
Oh shit!
Only 3.
Yeah, I've had 15 total concussions.
Jesus, how long were you in the
NFL? I don't know. I'm gonna. I
don't know.
I did say that once I die, I'm gonna give up my brain so they can see if I actually have CTE.
Do you score high on apathy or low on apathy?
I don't know. I don't score at all anymore. Well, I do.
I don't remember what apathy is.
Because I'm married now, and
oh damn,
that's the only time that I score.
Good for you.
No. I remember reading an article about the Von Erich brother that's still alive. I think it's Kevin. The wrestling family, the Von Erichs down in Texas. Kevin knew that it was time to quit when somebody, just a regular move, threw him into a turnbuckle and he got a concussion from just hitting a turnbuckle. So, yeah, I try not to do anything that would cause any type of head trauma anymore. But, you know, my wife does have some powerful thighs, so there's no guarantees.
And all I can think of is that melon video now.
Yep.
There goes his head.
What a way to go, though.
Well,
Right?
you know, I die what I like
yeah.
doing.
Yeah. Doing what he loved on his gravestone.
Actually, I'd put doing who he loved. No, Tennessee, you already know I'm not a badass.
I hope you're a badass, Mr. Concussion. What the hell?
Right?
Were you fighting bears? I mean, come on. What are we talking about here?
Some from bar fights, some from getting shit broke over my head, some from...
Now we're talking. Roadhouse.
Shit happens. I mean, once I flipped out of the back of a truck that was going 50 miles an hour.
Jesus, that would do it.
That's the first time. My girlfriend's sitting there picking gravel out of my head.
Oh.
And she's like, "Ew, what's that?" And I'm like, "What's what?" She's like, "That thing coming out of your ears." And I'm like, I wipe it and it's clear. And I'm like, shit, I don't know. Must not be anything because it's not blood or pus. Well, I was wrong. Yeah, that was a visit to the hospital. Now, one of my favorite concussion stories. I had to tell this one.
That's an oxymoron.
I was I think 9, maybe 10 years old. And we were playing on this abandoned swing set. There was a house that was boarded up and closed, but they still left all the kid equipment in the back. So we found this place because we found a cherry tree. So we were picking cherries and eating wild cherries, and I'm preparing for my teen life. But anyway, we decided to do the swing, see how high that we can get swinging and shit. Well, I got my swing going so well that it went parallel to the actual bar, and I just fell out the back of the damn swing and landed on my head. But I knew I had to be back to the house because my Irish twin sister was actually marching in a parade. So we had to go down, and there was this big, side roast thing afterwards, the big old Americana kind of deal. And so I knew I was going to be in trouble, but I didn't want to say anything. So I didn't tell my mom. And so we're sitting there at the corner of, wherever, watching everything go by. And I'm complaining about my arm hurting. Because when you get concussions, usually the part of your brain that gets damaged, pain impulses are falsely received and sent. So I thought maybe I had sprained my elbow because my arm wasn't broken because it wasn't at an angle. But man, that thing hurt like a son of a bitch, and I kept complaining. I'm like, I'm thirsty, and my mom's like, you need to shut up because this parade is long, and I'm not going to be able to stand you through all this with your whining and shit. And
wow.
And so we went into there was a drugstore, and she bought me a bottle of pop, and I went ahead and started drinking the bottle of pop, but it didn't make me feel any better. I was still dizzy. I had a headache. My arm hurt, and I became like a whiny bitch. And my mom proceeded to smack the shit out of me.
Oh, perfect.
And
Nice.
She only smacked me like a few times.
During your concussion. Amazing.
Yeah.
Knocked your brain back into place.
So after everything was said and done, it was called the Ox Roast Festival. So they had this big cookout in this field, and everybody who was in the parade, ended up being there, which included like firefighters and policemen and paramedics and all the essential non-civ systems. And my mom's like almost dragging me through this, and we stop off and I get something else to drink. I try to drink it and I start puking, and I'm puking cherries. So it doesn't really look that good either, because that could be stomach lining for what anybody knows. And one of the paramedics was at the same booth, and I was out of it. I mean, I was out of it. And he looks at me and he's like, well, wait a minute. And, and he sees that my eyes are dilated. And he's like, this kid's got a concussion. Where's your mom? And the mom comes up, and he was like, well, what the hell happened? She's like, I don't know. And I just turned around in between puking and went, she hit me.
Oh.
Now this was back in the 70s, so it didn't carry as much weight, but the paramedic said, well,
in any case,
you can't hit him anymore because we're going to load him in the back of the ambulance. So that was my first ambulance ride.
Oh, wow.
And my mom felt so fucking guilty. I milked that for a long time.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Come on, Doc, clean your room. Oh, so you can not hit me again?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Remember that one time when I was concussed and you were slapping the shit out of me?
Shut up. Have a cookie.
Oh, my one of my favorite ones was I got my finger caught in a car door. And this was back in the day when, they didn't like have any type of microsurgery or anything. It was on the nail of my middle finger, which was pretty awesome, because afterwards I could flip people off and say, no, I'm just showing you my wound. But they brought me into the children's hospital, which invariably we went to the children's hospital like once a fucking week. And they decided to, the only way to relieve the pressure that was underneath the nail was to literally drill into it.
Yep.
That's metal as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom went to the whatever you call the hospital concession stand thing, where they used to sell junk food and stuff, and she got a big bag of M&Ms. And like she was trying to train a fucking dog, she kept shaking the bag of M&Ms so I would look at it. and so
I'm sorry.
No. And the moment that I was enthralled and wanted to start reaching for the bag, he drilled into my finger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But I did get the M&Ms.
So does that mean, like, if I shake a bag of M&Ms at you, like, will that draw you? I could be like, here, dog. Here you go, boy.
Well, unless you're trying to punch a hole in my finger. Last time I was in the hospital, they're like, let's do the touch test. Now, close your eyes. I've got diabetic neuropathy up to the knees. I can't feel a damn thing.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there sticking me and poking me, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys are doing anything, but you pretty much are wasting your time. Well, we have to do this because you've had a stroke. And I'm like, I have diabetic neuropathy. I'm not going to feel a goddamn thing. You could get out a power drill with a 1-inch bit and punch it through the top of my foot and I wouldn't feel it. So can we move on to the next annoying test?
Oh man,
You're like Frankenstein.
yeah. I've got a fat kid story like that. So when I was a kid, I was probably like, we're talking 8 years old. I was probably like 150 pounds, a fat little tubby ginger kid, right? And here I am trying to fit into those. Rollerblading was really big when I was a kid. So I'm trying to fit into those nice new rollerblades, and I go and I rollerblade around the block and everything. And it's I live in California, so none of the roads are nice or anything. So it's just shitty, bumpy roads, and I get back, and the exact same thing that you had to deal with your nail happened to my big toe. I had blood underneath the nail, and we didn't go to no doctor. My mom was like, "Oh, we'll take care of that," and she grabs one of those push pop X-Acto knives, the ones that snap off. Yeah, one of those guys, right? And she's slowly slicing through the nail, just trying to slowly cut and everything. And the whole time, oh my god, why did I rollerblade? Oh my god, right? And sure enough, she gets to the very last little layer and boop, cuts right through, just right into the nail bed, just like blood everywhere. She pulls out the X-Acto knife and she's like, "Oh, you should be fine now. You probably won't lose the nail or anything, right?" And she's got Neosporin and alcohol. Pours the alcohol on it, then Neosporins the thing.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh God. This is the same woman that almost cut my ear off with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, with diabetic neuropathy, since I can't feel my toes, I have to wear like hospital socks wherever I go. I can't really go bare feet because when I do, I usually end up stubbing my toe. And I got some pictures I could probably post on Twitter, and they're god awful. I mean, wifey, every time I do it, she's like, "Oh my God, you broke your toe! You broke your toe!" And I was like, "No, I just stubbed it. It was broken to be sticking at a weird angle or something." But there's been more than once where I've had to pull the nail off.
Oh, God damn it. Stop this.
By the way,
wait. I have one story, and I think I'm clear enough to be able to tell it. Since we're talking about nails and shit. So I'd had my I believe slammed, and you can see underneath the nail like it started getting purple and black, and it was just bad. And I'm like, I really don't feel like having to go to a hospital. So I looked up online what I needed to do, and I took a needle. It was actually just a safety pin. I took the point of a safety pin and I heated it up over the stove, and I started to stab into my own middle fingernail. And then all of a sudden, like, my vision goes white hot. And next thing I know, I'm standing there with blood coming out from the hole that I'd put in my own fingernail. Because I guess I had released the pressure, and it felt so much better afterwards. But like, there's blood coming out, and the needle's in my hand, and the stove is still on, and I'm just covered in like this cold sweat, and I'm like, I don't know what I just did, but I think I did what I needed to. And then I just walked over to the sink, real calm. My legs were all shaky and shit, but holy gods. I had to get the mop to clean up all the blood that had already come out from my fingernail, and it didn't fall off.
Oh my! I'd say the worst one that I had was I stopped over at my mom's house, and she's like, "Well, you're kind of walking funny," and I was like, "Well, I hurt my toe," and she's like, "Well, let me take a look at it." Because my mom, when we lived in the ghetto, anytime somebody had stitches and they were ready to come out, they'd always show up over at our house because my mom, all of us kids had stitches, and she always would be the one who pulled them out. And now, and the neighborhood kids would show up too. So, you know, I think half the thing was the fascination of seeing the wounds, because the body is a miraculous thing. And so I take my shoe off, I take my sock off, I set my foot down and put weight on it, and from my big toe, pus squirts about a foot.
Oh,
so it was a little more infected than I thought it was.
Like it popped a zit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and this like ichor came out, you know, this yellowish, greenish fluid just shot out. Yeah, it was. That's one that even turned my stomach because it had a smell to it.
Yeah, but it smelled like death.
It smelled like something that shouldn't be on my toe. Let's see. Alfred, I've never tongue knotted cherry stems, but I remember a lot of women at bars would do that trick for some reason. They would show me how good they were with tying a cherry stem into a knot. And really that didn't translate, because in my head it's like, well, so what, does she want to, you know, put my dick in her mouth and put a knot in it? Right. I don't think I want to go home with this girl. I'm very particular about people trying to put knots in my dick.
If you're into having your butthole licked.
Oh. And welcome, Chop Top Nada.
How's it going, Doc?
Oh man,
else?
I'm just happy I got everything ordered on that fucking computer. All the pieces, parts, everything should be here no later than the 15th. And nice. Then I started reading about OBS Streamlabs. I started watching tutorials online. And is it just me, or are some of the people on YouTube just incredibly fucking incompetent when they do how-tos, especially when there's tech involved?
Mm-hmm.
I love the ones that have the loud ass music playing in the background.
Oh God.
It's like, motherfucker, I'm trying to hear what you have to say, not fucking royalty free music, you shitbag.
You need to use the
not only that, when it comes to that stuff, I never go with just one source, just in case that person's a fucking moron and I don't know it.
Yeah.
I always like 3-4 sources at a minimum before I fuck with something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I started reading up on OBS Streamlabs, and they went under the misconception that I already knew what the fuck I was doing, and like I pulled up one tutorial that was like 2.5 minutes long, and I was like, "What the fuck are you going to teach me in 2.5 minutes?" Well, you know, nothing, because they're like, "Oh, well, you've already done this and you've already done this," and I looked to see. Well, is this guy doing a series of videos? No, he wasn't doing a series of videos. This was the only video that he did about OBS.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Wasting your fucking time.
You know what? Now I'm going to put together a really terrible OBS video and send it around to people.
It'll fucking get hits. I think this one had like 200,000 hits.
Oh,
so
God.
I'm like, all right, well, this fucker probably knows what he's talking about. Well,
no,
he does, but we don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I'm hoping to get all that tech stuff up, because one of the things that really annoyed me is the fact that if people would contribute on Streamlabs, I couldn't pull up Streamlabs. I couldn't have that running at the same time that I had everything else running during the show. So if somebody donated to me, I wouldn't be able, I mean, I'd be able to send something out on Twitter afterwards with a thank you, or mention it on the next show. And I thought that was kind of douchey, because usually when people, you know, drop you a couple ducats, it's because they want your shit, they want their shit read.
Ain't nobody gonna fault you for working with what you got.
That's true.
Yeah, but still, it really makes me feel bad because I am grateful for any pennies that I see, and that people would actually spend their hard-earned money, because I know how hard money is to get, especially for somebody who's been housebound for 4 fucking years, man. Like I said, I'd be tricking out on the corner with all the other hoes, but I hate wearing a change belt.
So you're starting to hit that point of going insane from being trapped in the house and then being too fearful to leave the house, right?
Dude, that's the only reason why I started streaming. I had to get back in touch with reality. I had to have something that I had to look forward to, something that I had to do. And all the BTS stuff, that's 90% of it. I mean, I'm chasing people every day, dropping phone calls, sending emails, trying to get guests on and stuff. And that has provided a nice big distraction for me to say to get me away from the fact that I'm pretty much useless right now in the job market.
Well, to figure out OBS, at least with the Streamlabs stuff, I know if you get a hold of Lo-Fi, she's really good with the OBS stuff. Like it's stupid impressive.
Yeah, but
then Unknown Archive too.
But I was gonna say I have a hard time with her accent.
Well, Unknown Archive. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all right.
I tried OBS Streamlabs. I didn't care for it much. I like the layout of the original OBS.
It's a little better.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more control. Once you get used to it, like it's daunting at first, but once you get used to it, you're like, oh, it's easy.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
just layering everything.
Exactly. It's just opening windows that are portals to essentially whatever you want to show the people. That's it.
Well, yeah, because I learned, like, when I have artists on, I can pull OBS up, use it as my virtual camera, and run a slideshow, and just let people look at the art. And a very good morning to you, Tennessee, who has decided to join the chat today.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
What up, man?
What up?
But I don't know, man. I'm incredibly excited. I was born on December 24th, and I haven't been excited about Christmas since I was about 8, because I got ripped off. Every year this is your Christmas and birthday present. Oh, great. Thanks.
Socks.
I had good Christmases until my aunt had children, and then that fucked me over on the grandparent front. Little bastards.
Well, and also my family loved to do their get-togethers on the 24th. So, my birthday ended up as a secondary thought. And for me, but I got over it.
That's the way my mom is. My mom's right in that same week as Christmas, so everybody just combines her shit.
Yeah, well, now that I'm in my 50s, I don't get shit anymore.
Shouldn't have been born in December, assholes.
I was about to say, gee, thanks. I was born December 3rd.
Well, yours is far enough spaced out to where you can be like, but Christmas is like forever away.
Nah. It was mostly like Doc said, like, here's your Christmas and birthday.
Yeah, didn't you feel like Bender, from Breakfast Club, where Dad walks in, throws him a carton of smoke?
Smoke up, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yep, smoke up, Johnny.
Although I did have one birthday where they made it a point that everybody who walked through the door brought me a carton of smokes and a bottle of liquor.
I was getting ready to say, I think it was when I was 17 that Christmas. I was living with my dad and my stepmom, and they actually got me 2 cartons of smokes for Christmas and a pack of socks.
Oh, always with the socks.
Hey, don't diss the socks, man.
No.
I'm telling you what.
I'm down for the socks.
I love
hell no. blowing through socks like crazy. I was working on the roofing crew with my pops.
So this is going to sound really
Much
odd.
appreciated.
This is going to sound really odd. I purchase a year's supply worth of socks every year. I never clean socks. I just throw them away.
Okay, wait. How many is a year's worth to you?
365.
365, yeah.
Really? 365 pair?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You can buy them in bulk.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I've been trying to convince my wife to let me do that because she hates matching socks, and I hate not having clean socks.
Yeah. Well, like I have, I do a lot of heavy lifting and stuff. So I ruin socks. Like day one, they're fucking worn out. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm throwing these away. I'm buying a year supply. They got these beautiful Mormon websites that have you can buy it in bulk, and you can order like 2 years out even if you want, and they'll send it the next year. And it's not even that expensive. It's like 35 cents to 50 cents a sock.
So you buy bulk socks from Mormon websites?
Yeah, man.
How's the quality? Like, do they hold up or
it's low tier, but you're only wearing them for one day.
like
yeah, it would
Fruit of the Loom from Walmart.
Yeah, you're wearing it for one day and then throwing it away.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, I gotta get the damn diabetic socks.
The
and
compression socks.
They run me like $2 a pair.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to the flea market where they have the odd and irregular diabetic socks. And yeah, they are odd. They are irregular.
I had to wear compression socks for like 6 months after my back surgery. I fucking hated it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's funny. I've got a pair of the they're called no socks, which are compression, and they go all the way up to the knee. So I look like some demented biker schoolgirl when I'm walking around in my underwear.
I was going to say, what are you doing on Saturday, Doc?
That's right up Jim's alley.
Can you put your hair in pigtails?
Hey, TM, don't be doxing my preferences. Get out of here.
Hey,
oh boy,
my hair is long enough to do ponytails now, and
something to pull on.
I envy you fuckers with long hair.
Dude, it's not by my choice. I would rather have high and tight. I would rather have a military cut.
By the time I was ready to have long hair, my fucking hairline started running away from my face.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too.
Fucking Eddie Munster going on.
Yeah,
and then I got married and had kids, and it just fucking whoa. I'm like a year or two out from the Bill Murray Island.
Oh, gee. See, that's why I said, man, like I'm about to be like 28 in December, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I've never had long hair. I'm gonna let this shit grow and see what it does, because I refuse to be another bald, tattooed white guy.
Do all you can, boy. Your 30s are 2 years away.
I know, right?
Stone Cold said so.
You don't want the George Costanza? Come on, the ladies love it.
Oh God,
dude, my grandfather, when I was a kid, did the straight up fucking comb over. Like on the right side of his head, he had about 12 inches of hair. He just swooped that shit over the top.
Well, my grandfather died when he was 93 years old, and that motherfucker he went from regular hair color to silver to white, and nary a bald spot on that brother.
I think baldness is determined by the mother's father.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just fucked.
Wow. Well, I'm glad because my, I got the Native American on that on mom's side. So.
Yeah, you helping me none.
Yeah. So.
Except I don't think it's Native American. I think it's fucking Canadian Indian or some shit.
Well, it's
wouldn't that still technically be Native, like North American, though?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much. It's not enough to say so.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's the way I am. I think I'm like 12 or something.
Yeah, it's something small. I'm mostly a European mutt.
Well, Grandma was pure Blackfoot and Shoshone.
Yeah, see, I don't know how it works. My grandmother's half Irish, half Cherokee, so I have no idea. I think I'm like 12.
Get DNA test done though.
Wasn't there a big controversy about like people fudging the results and saying that white people had like black people or African genes?
Dude, I'd love it. I'd print out a black card with the results on. Be like, nope, I'm black. Fuck you. This is how I identify. Are you a racist?
Well, yeah, but then
I think Sisyphus would be okay with me telling this. He DM'd me and he was like, "Yeah, I did my results for was it heritage.com or whatever the hell it was?"
Yeah.
And he did it a second time and he was like, "Dude, I got 5% blacker."
Oh, so that's how you do it. Just take enough tests.
Taking the test.
Yeah.
No, he just listened to more rap music before he spit in the little vial and sent it off or something.
Yeah, because it was a DNA swab, and it's like, how could you get blacker? But I'm not happy about it.
How can you get blacker? The first thing that comes to mind is the line from Reservoir Dogs, where the Penn brothers like, it's all that black semen being pumped up your ass.
Oh yeah.
No, see, it was just as simple as he was eating some collard greens and watermelon.
Reading Vibe.
Oh, and good.
Don't forget Vibe. Well, if he's cloaked, never mind. I'm just gonna make a dumb joke. I'll keep it to myself.
Well, Cloak has actually started clipping some of the things that we've been doing. So,
Cloak, don't do that. Cloak, no. Cloak,
Do it,
stop.
Cloak.
We're all gonna
Make us say things we never said before.
Actually, yeah, no, that'd be a fun thing.
Yeah,
You donate to
really
Doc.
care.
You donate to Doc Streamlabs and put in what you want me to say, and I'll say it.
Oh,
like
boy.
I'll say just about anything.
Like
If
I
you
had
give
somebody
money
on
to Doc.
Facebook take umbrage with an off-color joke I told, and they're like, "I'm going to report you to your employer." I'm like, that's funny because my children are my employer. Fuck off.
Oh, Cloak said he got all the singing clips. Nice. Yeah, didn't he get like fucking 4 copyright strikes or something?
He only got 4.
That was a fun stream to watch.
Oh man, we had a good time.
I particularly liked your rendition of My Own Prison.
Oh,
Please tell me one of the copyright claims was because of the birthday song.
no.
Damn it. That would have been so funny.
No, wait a minute. I can pull the Twitter up, but I know 2 of them off the bat. One of them was for Chicken Hunting, and one was for Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
I think there was one for Crush, and I forget what the 4th one was.
Something funny happened to me yesterday morning. I'm getting ready to start streaming. And for my stream starting soon screen, I have a TV down in the corner playing clips, like somebody's changing the channels. And I wanted to see if it'd cause any problems. So I streamed it 10 minutes worth, let it upload. And after like a half hour, email copyright claim. So I figure it's one of the clips I used was the opening scene from Return of the Living Dead. So I figured that music got hit. Instead, it was a clip from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 where Stretch first sees Chop Top in the radio station.
Okay.
And it was by some shitty fucking punk band that sampled it. I was like, wait a minute, you motherfucker. And like, here's the thing. They did it. It's a 3-minute song, and they used like a minute and a half of the clip. Like, wait a minute, you motherfuckers.
So not even the people who actually own it claimed it.
Yeah, like I would have been completely fine with that. So I think I'm gonna have to take that out, unfortunately. Otherwise, every stream I do is gonna get fucking hit by them fuckers, and they're gonna put ads on. Like, I don't want any ads or anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't have any interest in putting any ads on mine. Oh, the 4th one was the Super Mario Odyssey music.
What?
Dude,
Yeah.
Nintendo's fucking assholes.
Oh yeah, dude. They'll claim any fucking thing.
Dude,
Even if
I
you're a
have-
video game channel and you just like show their video games being played, like not even you playing them, just clips of them. They'll claim.
I have not liked Nintendo as a company since Super Nintendo.
Fair point.
Just because all the shady shit. I mean, if you go back to like the late 80s, early 90s, they tried fucking lobbying Congress to outlaw video game rentals.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me.
Like, just they have a long track record of just being fucking shitheels when it comes to the consumer.
Yeah, I was about to say for a video game company, they're awful anti-gamer.
Well, and the thing is, as soon as you say that, you get some fucking rabid ass fucking Nintendo fan. Oh, fuck you! You're fucking. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Like, no, fucking. Like, you can be a fan of Nintendo, what Nintendo puts out, but you got to admit you're taking a dick in the ass at the end of the day.
It's true. It really is. You know, I hate the fact that all the Pokemon games are on the Nintendo DS or SP or whatever the hell it's called now. The 3DS, sorry. I wish they were on anything else.
Look at how they went after ROMs. And then what did they actually put out on their virtual console?
I was just about to say that.
Mario's, the real popular games, and everything else is just, oh, nope, you can't play it unless you want to pay some asshole at a flea market fucking $80 for some obscure, shitty NES cart.
Wow.
Yeah, Doc,
Yes,
it has been great being on. Sorry I wasn't more talkative. I am fighting the sleep bug. It's 5 o'clock a.m. I'm not going to fight that sucker anymore. I'm going to go ahead and hit the sack if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
No, you
It's
have to
not.
stay.
No,
you gotta
stay.
Oh, fuck you.
Well,
Could be a
fuck
pussy.
all of you.
Stay.
Every last one of you. Fuck
can't
yourselves in the ass equally with all the fervor I can muster. That's muster, not mustard. You know,
I was going to say, you buying dinner first?
Those of you got hungry
Is it
there.
Dijon?
He brought his own condiments instead of condoms.
Some of you were
Yeah.
sitting there going, I prefer honey Dijon, sir. And I was like, excuse me, no, that's not what I meant. I am going to go ahead and get to bed, though, because I have all day to sleep tomorrow. So
Well,
Lucky.
rub that in.
I think I just did. So
You know what? Go fuck yourself. I have to be up in 4 hours. Not that I'm going to go to sleep
when have-
within the next 4
Why?
hours anyway.
hold up, cadet. When have
Same.
you ever known me to actually sleep when I want to?
Touche.
Yeah, exactly. So y'all have a good night. Enjoy your stream.
You too.
Take care.
All
Thanks
right.
for letting me on there, Doc.
Have a good one, Auntie.
Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Good night, love.
Hey, Kadun, are you gonna do photo updates from the Renaissance Fair?
Maybe if I get the chance to like take a break and go in the back, because we're not allowed to have our cell phones out in the front, you know.
Because
for
it's witchcraft.
yeah. Well, we call them fairy boxes.
Holy shit.
I'm dead serious. That's what we call
yeah,
them.
I couldn't
Because
go
like
to a
people will come
Renaissance
out with
fair.
their cell phones and they're like, "Oh my god, can we like take a picture of you?" And we're like, "Oh, would you like to draw a portrait?" And then they take out
Oh,
their phones
fuck
and we're like, "What is this magic? It's
Oh,
a
you gotta
fairy box. You got a little fairy in the box. Hello, little fairy," and we just fucking play with it.
I'd
Oh,
get way
fuck
too
right
into that
off.
shit if I went.
You have to do the Disney thing where you have to sell it hard. That's awful.
Oh yeah. Oh god, no. I always have to sell it hard.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
I was gonna say, like, if you wanted to be like a legit actor or something like that, I bet that'd be great fucking practice, though, especially
Oh.
for like a stage play or something like that.
Well, because a lot of the Ren Fest will set up in places, and they'll go. First place that they'll go are college to try to recruit college students from the acting program to bring them in. I mean, they have their set performance people that go around with it, but to fill in, like one year, I walked around. I walked around as a wizened monk, mostly a drunken monk, but you know, like they cared. But yeah, they'll fill in people, and they'll have these little training sessions at the beginning of what not to do, no tech, You know, back then it was like Walkmans were big, so it's like, you know, if we catch you with a Walkman, you get the boot. Yeah, make sure everything is period appropriate.
Yep.
Or you get the boot, and you know, you need to try to do an English accent as much as possible, but you know, it's not actually necessary.
No, as long as you know the lingo, you're just fine. Because then, as long as you can say "my lord," "my lady," and "gramercy," you're all right. But if you can do an English accent, you can get away with not having to even worry about the lingo. Like, instead of having to say gramercy, I could just be like, "Oh, thanks so much. Like, you guys have a great day."
I would just communicate in grunts.
You could
I would be the drunk and just grunt.
You could be the drunken barbarian.
Actually, walking around as the monk, it just depended on how I was feeling that day, because sometimes I'd be like, privy there, me lords and lasses.
That one guy on Facebook, he does the Renaissance fairs. Skidmark, I think his name is. And that's what he does. He does the Renaissance fair circuit as the wise old drunkard street hobo type deal.
I would not hate trying to play a drunken monk and just walk around a Ren fair and do dumb shit. That does not sound horrible to me.
It would end with me groping some big old titties. It would not be good. It would not be good.
Well, I don't know if I would do that, sir. But I do think, you know, just get a fucking like monk robe and just walk around and be like, I'm drunk off of sacrificial wine. Yeah. Shit like that.
I'd have to be drunk to do it.
Yeah, same. Well, I mean, realistically and fake as well. Like, I'd have to have
a buzz. I'd method act that shit.
Yeah, I'd have to have a little buzz going on. Do they even allow you to drink while you're there?
Once you're not working anymore, yes. But while you're there, you can play act as drunk, but you cannot be actually drunk.
How would they tell the difference?
I was about to say, what about buzzed? Like,
it's a big thing. Like, especially at some of the bigger fairs, like the Southern California Original Renaissance Pleasure Fair. Mm-hmm. If you are caught, even just during hours at all, at any of the ale stands, you will get booted. Because like they're really strict about it there. Well, that one, it's because they're turning it more into like a family-friendly fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so like they can't have a bunch of like drunken people there, you know, offending the children.
Well, see, my biggest thing for authenticity's sake, you would at least want to smell like booze. Like, if you're going to play the drunken monk or the drunken town hobo or town idiot, you at least need to smell like it. I'd probably just spill beer on myself.
Yeah, swim in some Jack Daniels.
No, just cheap beer. Just cheap beer. You don't want to waste it. Yeah, there you go.
Like, one of the funniest things my son ever said to me is I went out to the it was just me and him one day chilling at the house. I went out to the garage and burned one. I came back and we started goofing off. And then he goes, Dad, every time you go somewhere and come back smelling funny, I like you a lot more. You're a lot more fun.
Oh. Well, one of the things that you can totally do is go in as a patron, because then you paid your money. As long as you don't get like stupid belligerent, you know, they'll usually they don't care what you do because you paid your money to get in. But it's still one of those things where, like, if you're working there at a variety of different fairs, if you're working there and you can't handle your alcohol, don't bother drinking. At some of the, like, again, the bigger fairs, they're a lot more strict because like they want to provide the family friendly atmosphere, and they don't want drunk people, because there have been a lot of people who've complained. There have been people who complained like, oh my God, like there's these women there with their cleavage showing, and I don't need my children to see that. And it's just like, that's period, but we have to go with period accuracy.
Well, like, well, we used to blaze all the time though. We'd never drink, but we'd always blaze.
Yeah, that's not allowed anymore, especially at bigger fairs.
Well, not if they don't know.
Fucking moral busybodies got to ruin everybody's fun.
I know, right?
You go to a Renaissance fair expecting to see some big old pushed up honkers.
Oh, one of my favorite things is at one of the booths that I work at.
Speaking of big pushed up, honkers, go ahead, conduct.
Actually, yes, that's what I was gonna get, because I'm in one of the booths I work at. It's a booth full of women, and we all wear corsets and I actually have the smallest tits out of all the girls, but it doesn't matter. But one of the big problems with us is like we'll play the flirt card. We'll play it hardcore, and a lot of us have the endowments to do so. But I decided, because none of us actually like really get laid at fair, like we don't go out like trolling for guys and shit like that at fair. I decided if we ever stop working the booth, we gotta all form a guild, and it's gonna be called the Horrible Harlots, because we're all horrible at being harlots.
Oh man.
Like, we're really good at like flirting up until a point, and then if a guy's like, all right, come back to my tent, and we're just like, yeah, we'll see you later, thanks, bye.
Oh, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah, basically. Like, well, that
Like,
was
I
fun.
like
That was
you,
fun.
but-
That was fun flirting, but I don't want to actually commit to this. Have a good day, sir.
Well, they had a group when I worked it called the Harlots, but they were all drag queens.
Oh,
but they were all dressed in period piece. So
I mean, you can totally be dressed in period pieces and have probably not so much anymore, but there was a guild where they have the residential hewers. You pay them, they got their faces all gussied up in like this ridiculous makeup, and they're the hewers. They're the ones you can pay for a good time kind of thing. Mind you, that's not what actually happens, but that's what they're play acting as.
What's the point?
So you just want to borrow the hewers for a little bit then?
Hey, you will play with a hewer.
I want a dingo to steal my baby.
Oh God!
Whoops, wrong one. I apologize.
And good morning, Viper Sword.
Morning, Viper.
What up, Viper?
I did also throw a link your way. We could increase the estrogen level here.
Oh, more pushed up. Like what
Viper, you have to tell us if you own a corset, and maybe take a picture or two for the gentleman here, so that this way they know what a corset looks like.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what a corset looks like. Send pictures.
I'm aware, but I don't mind being reminded.
So I actually have to hop off because I got work tomorrow morning. But it was good kicking it with you guys.
Oh,
Take it easy,
hey,
Brian.
Later, Brian.
Thanks for coming around, Brian. We appreciate it.
Have a great day, buddy.
Oh, I didn't get to say goodbye. Fuck you.
Shut up, Jim.
You're ugly, and your mom addresses you funny.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about those Sunday streams. Holy shit. They could be done better. I mean,
are you speaking to me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm all the way up here with my 275,000 subs. I can't hear you.
Yeah. I mean, you have a 3-hour stream and 2 hours of it is super chats.
No, I just like the fact that he's committing to the lore now.
I might as well because everybody says it. I'm $120 mic from basically being him.
Dude, I promise you, man. Like, it's one of those weird things. Like, I'm weird when it comes to voices. Like, I think certain people sound alike, and when no one else hears it. But you legitimately sound like Medicare, and everyone agrees with that.
Oh, dude, the one that confuses me the most is Wild Tanuki and Joaquin. If they're on a stream together, I cannot tell them apart.
No, see, I've never made that comparison, but then again, I don't think I've ever heard them two on a stream together. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to that. That's interesting, Doc. I'll have to see what I think about that.
Well, they hopped. No, Viper, you have to come on and confirm it. You can't just say it in the chat. Okay, everybody's got a corset. There you go.
Yeah. We all have corsets.
Well, I think Tanuki sounds too southern to be a Joaquin. Joaquin doesn't have like a southern accent like at all, from what I can tell.
Yeah, he doesn't say do dang diddly.
Diddly diddly.
Yeah,
Dilly.
he'll bounce, but I'll still confuse the shit out of both. I did with Broski's benefit because it was
Hey,
Tanuki
Viper.
that was on, and I thought it was Joaquin.
How you
I tell-
doing, Viper? Say
You're-
something, Viper.
We're now joined by Zil.
In the
Hello,
sexy
love.
voice.
Hello.
Welcome, Viper.
Sorry, just Hangouts had to load up fully.
I tell you two people who sound alike to me, but they don't get it, and no one else hears it but me. Fucking God, what's his name? If you're on the one of the discords I'm in, he goes by Trout. I can't remember what his actual name is. He's got
Who,
yeah.
Stanza?
It's Taco Stanzi and Disky Fringo. I think those dudes sounds amazing. Like I know I've been drunk before and I've heard them on a stream, but I've been sober and heard them on a stream. Well, not together, but one of them. I'm like, dude, you sound like Disky. I can't unhear it now.
I have a tendency to confuse when I hear Brittany Venti with Andy Worski.
Wow.
Okay.
There's a comparison.
Except except Brittany doesn't try to light her nipples on fire on stream.
A little bit
Not
more
yet.
intelligent.
Not yet.
I mean, I wouldn't hate to watch that. Much better than Andy's.
Well,
Oh, what? Like, I'm the only fucking dude who would watch. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I would buy the bitch a drink at a bar or something. I'm just saying, like, if she was trying to light her nipples on fire on stream, I'd be like,
No, maybe a little candle wax, but
Oh.
self-mutilation by lighting your nipples on fire is just no, I can't see it.
Nah, dude, fuck that. I want to go hardcore. Bring out a fucking lighter and light them puppies up. Who gives a shit?
burn the bras, as they say.
Get out the blowtorch.
No, that's just not boner inspiring. I'm sorry.
I'm not even saying it would be boner inspiring. I would just say it'd be like, huh, well, this is a thing. Let's watch it. Sure.
PM's just looking for a show.
Yeah. I can only watch so many gaming videos and Google Hangout videos,
Let's play Burn My Nipples.
Well, girls are already out there doing Twitter videos of burning their tongue with hair straighteners.
That is true.
What the fuck?
No, that's
What?
legit. That's legit.
Oh, I know. I seen it. Like,
is that new?
Well, look, everybody, I'm not trying to boomer this stream up more than what it already has been, but we do live in a generation where people are eating Tide Pods, snorting condoms. So, I mean,
I would smack the shit out of my kids.
Burning
if I caught them doing some dumb shit like that.
No shit. Well, that means you'd be a good parent.
I'd fucking red form in their little asses.
Exactly.
Come here, you dumb little son of a bitch.
But like burning
City Freedom.
Morning freedom. But yeah, dude, it's one of those things. Burning your tongue with a hair straightener. It was the next logical step.
Fuck me.
It's hot, bitch. You use it to straighten your hair. You know how hot it is.
I don't like that step.
I don't either. I really don't. And don't get me wrong. Like, I want to have kids one of these days when I get married and all that type of good shit. But the more and more I look at our society, the more I'm like, nah,
I don't want
maybe not.
kids.
You just gotta teach them to be leaders and not followers.
We'll see. That's the thing, though.
Like my daughter is 7, and she looks at other kids her age like they're fucking retards.
Well, see, I'm not even like trying to do a bit or a joke right now. I'm being absolutely serious. I would like to have kids and be a good dad. That's something I would like to be one of these days. However, I feel like if you had kids, you're gonna subject them to the same shit that us normal in air quotes people have to deal with.
Well, that's what makes people normal.
Well, I get
trauma. That's what makes people normal.
Well, I guess if you look at it from a somewhat realistic perspective. Well, if you looked at it from like a realistic perspective, I guess you can make the world a somewhat better place by raising good people who are your kids. There's certainly an argument for that, but
my goal is just not to unleash 2 fucking shitheels on the world.
I am past the prime now, and I never bothered to have kids. So I've raised 4, but I've never committed my genetic material to making another human being.
Well, my window is slowly closing, so I doubt I'll be giving my parents grandchildren.
I did. I got it out of the way in my mid-20s, so that way, by the time my youngest is grown, I'll be in my early 40s with a whole lot of life to live.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I do not like they're. Even though men can make kids whenever the fuck, women do have that whole biological clock thing going on, which, I'm not going to make this a fucking sex ed class, but we all know that we're all adults here. But the thing about it is I refuse to be one of there is a somewhat biological limit, I think, that should be placed on guys too. Because you don't want to be you don't want to be the father.
Oh, is that your grandpa?
Yeah,
No,
where you drop your kids off at school. I was about to say that, and they're like, "Oh, is that your grandfather?" It's like, "No, that's my dad. He looks ancient."
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
Well, if you guys remember the actor Tony Randall, he had a child. Well, he didn't actually have it. His wife had it when he was 72 years old. You're not going to be fucking around to see that kid graduate. I mean,
not even that. You're not going to be able to do dad shit with it at all.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to say, I want to be able to actually be young enough to actually go out and do shit with my kids and play in the park and teach my kid how to, shoot a basketball or a baseball or throw the football around in the front yard, shit like that.
No, son, I can't throw the football with you because if I slip in the wet grass, I'm going to fucking break a hip.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hold on, let me get my cane. Let me get my little walker outside, and I'll toss the pigskin back and forth.
My wife gets baby fever every once in a while. She starts talking about it. I'm like, no, I'm not resetting the clock.
Oh, dude, is it I've asked a lot of married dudes this before, but I'm sure you don't mind answering this question. Is it true that women, once they have kids, that whole baby fever gets amped up every once in a while?
Every once in a while it hits. She'll see something on fucking online to do with a baby, or she'll see a baby in real life, or and then I just point her at our kids and yeah, but babies, our kids were perfect infants. Neither one was a crier. Change their diaper, give them some attention, give them a bottle, they were out. Perfect infants. Once they started walking and talking, they turned into shitheads. See, babies are awesome.
because they had opinions at that point.
Yeah. And I'm their dad, and I'm an asshole, and they learned from the best.
Right. I do love the fact that women are just like, oh, look at the baby. It's like, honey, we've made 3. Stop it, you crazy bad shit.
I have a boy and a girl, so I have no urge to I got a buddy whose uncle has 8 girls at this point, and he keeps trying for that fucking boy.
Jesus.
I was like, no, motherfucker, you're beat. You lost.
You haven't got it in you, bro. You're only making dollars.
You're done. Just stop.
Yeah. And you especially, you got one daughter and one son. You're like, babe, we have one of each. Why do you want any more? We're good.
One of each within 3 years apart. Fuck that. I said, I'll be in my late 40s.
Who came first, the boy or the girl?
The boy.
Nice. See, you got an older man to protect your daughter if anything ever happens to you. See, you did
the
it
little
the perfect
girl's the hard ass.
Well, I'm sorry.
I always refer to I refer to my sister as my Irish twin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know what that is?
Got a shitload of kids.
An Irish twin who is born is 2 kids that were born within the same calendar year.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's what you were meaning, but I wanted you to explain it.
Yeah, my sister was born in January. I was born in December. So, Dad didn't really wait for Mom to get out of the hospital bed before he started recreating.
He's like, babe, I'm sorry. I love you.
We're going to see how good of a stitch job that doctor did.
No, oh God, I wasn't even going to go like that. But he's like, I would just say hey, babe, it's cool. You're out of the hospital. You're all healed up down there. I gotta say, those titties though, they still big, honey. Yeah, I can't help it. Come on.
I will say that is the one thing I miss about it. Is them big old milk titties.
Mm-hmm.
I already have them, and I haven't even had kids.
Now, I have to ask this: how many people have actually tried breast milk?
No,
I have not. No.
Nope.
No. The smell of it just. No.
And there's even people with kids and wives in here who have not tried it. Doc, please tell me you being married but with no kids have not.
Dude, I dated a lot of freaky women.
Oh, son of a bitch, dog.
Oh no! Was this when you were concussed? You're trying to cure it with.
He got into a bar fight and then went and sucked on some titties and recouped through titty milk.
I remember sleeping next to my wife, middle of the night, she would leak. We used formula, but she would leak. I'd fucking smell that shit, and I'd be like, go take a shower. You're an asshole. You stink.
Hey, now, come on. I drank bong water on a bet, so breast milk is a walk in the park at that point.
Oh, God damn it, Doc. God damn it.
I was going to go to bed.
I think it was Shorgun posted on Twitter yesterday. Fucking about the lesbians fucking doing their thing when they're on the rag.
Oh, dude, I posted that shit to a Discord because I got on Twitter and that's the first thing I saw. Undoom fucking posted this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. He posted a fucking link to I guess it's a pro women's site or something, and it's literally talking about lesbians going down on each other during their periods.
There's one thing getting a piece of period booty in the shower or something.
Right.
But munching on some vampire tea bags is a whole nother fucking world.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dude, no. Here's the thing.
There's a name
Doc, for real. The cover photo for this article is a black woman, a fat black woman with this shit, with her face covered in red. And it's not spaghetti sauce.
It's gross.
Is it?
Can we change the subject?
Is it called Bloody Wings?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called
we're moving away.
Red Wings.
Yes, it's called Red Wings.
Red Wings,
Okay.
finger painting.
Ugh.
We're moving away.
But
Wait.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you are dating a woman who happens to do a
so how about the baseball playoffs?
No, I was just gonna say, to be fair, sometimes you get unintentional red wings, especially if you date women that have to take that depo shot or whatever the fuck it is.
The Depo.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, you fuck without a condom, and you do your thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I guess the shot ran out because my dick looks like I murdered your vagina.
Yeah, though that's like go take a shower. That's not.
Yeah, it's
like fucking munching on a mouthful of fucking pennies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Amen. Well, speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, today we have UFC 229, the big Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Good God.
I haven't watched UFC. I watched Matt Bisping or Michael Bisping poke fucking Matt Hamill, the wrestler, in the fucking eyes. And get away with it. Like straight up fucking stooged him.
I was going to say free stooge.
And everybody expected Hamill to take him to the ground because he was a wrestler. He went toe to toe with the dude for the entire fucking fight. And then because it was in London, Bisping's hometown, they gave it to fucking Bisping. I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm good. Fuck this.
Yeah, one of the most recent ones because Tonka occasionally does a stream about the UFC, and it's him and Quiggy, also another Marine, and they comment on it, whatever. It broke my fucking heart with Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, lost his belt. That was sad to me.
Like it's real fighting, but they're definitely working angles. They're giving certain people a push. They're not giving others a push.
Especially if it goes to decision. Never let a fight go to decision. Then it's whoever the judges want to win sometimes.
Yeah, whoever they want to push. Whoever's going to make the most money for them.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay.
And if you'll remember... If you'll remember, Demetrius Johnson was very anti-bullshit that the UFC was doing, and was not a big fan of Dana White. So when that fight went to decision and they gave it to a guy that Demetrius Johnson had already beat, the guy who he fought did a great job fighting him. It was a very even fight, but Mighty Mouse had defended his belt like a million fucking times. He was this great fucking fighter, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, and it went to decision, and dude lost it, and it broke my fucking heart too.
Because of that, I can't sit down and watch it anymore.
Well, now that we're talking about
male shit,
about this giant amount of testosterone. Well, first off, I have to be cognizant at least. in about 3.5 hours, which is going to be so much fun. Second, just to leave you guys with this before I actually go, once a month, ladies, just once a month, you reach down there and then you smack your hand on his face and scream out Wilson.
Oh,
No.
You know what? If my wife did that, I think that would legitimately earn her a gorilla mask in the middle of the night.
Kick Kadant. Can we please kick Kadant? Like, I know
one more. You just once a month reach your thumbs down there, wipe it on the sides of his cheek, and ask him why so serious.
Kadant.
All right.
That is
No.
Oh, God damn it. I love you, Kadant. That was awesome. Well, have a good night, Kadant. Try to get some sleep, you nasty bitch.
I'm probably not going to go to sleep, but I'm sure going to give it a good try.
Well, I'm only around for another cigarette until I shut this down.
Do you want me to wait? Because I can wait.
You can if you don't, because I'm planning to light out of here about 10 minutes.
Nice. Well, even though some of you are not UFC fans or don't give a shit about it, who do you guys think, if you care to tell me, who do you think is going to win against Conor or Khabib?
Having a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like I haven't followed it enough to know which one.
I mean, I know Conor McGregor's name, so I'll just pick him.
Well, here's the thing. I will give you the cliff notes of this fight. Conor McGregor, obviously, he murks people with that left hand. He puts people to sleep. Khabib is a undefeated fighter right now at 26 wins. He has almost as many fights as Conor does, and Conor has lost 2 or 3 of his fights out of like 26, 27 fights. So Khabib is no joke, but what he does is he takes people to the ground, wrestles with them a little bit, or beats the shit out of them. Yeah. But most of his fights, a lot of his fights actually, especially a couple of times here recently, have went to decision, I believe. So the thing about it is you have this guy who's amazing in the first couple of rounds, who can absolutely catch you with the left hand that will put your ass to sleep, versus a giant grizzly bear guy who's, like 155, who will grab you, throw you to the ground, and beat on you or tire you out and then choke you unconscious.
Here's a question. How does Conor handle being grappled?
Not very well, but he has been... People think he's a slouch on the ground because he fought fucking Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz is a legit fucking black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he's got decent like takedown defense.
Not only that, isn't Nate kind of lanky too?
Dude, Nate
Well,
Diaz,
he's got gorilla arms and legs.
dude, Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz lose so much weight to fight at like 155 and 60 and shit. They could legit both be 200 pounds and be perfectly healthy and athletic. They fucking just shrink off weight to fight tiny guys.
Dude,
but
if I'm gonna watch people fight for real, it's probably gonna be Ultimate Surrender.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it should be the same outcome that Ultimate Surrender has for UFC.
That's the porno MMA, for those of you who don't
what
know.
UFC used to be.
I mean,
human cockfighting.
I'll say this much. I got some Irish blood in me, and I'm, kind of very proud of that and shit. And I'm a huge Conor McGregor fanboy. Not even gonna lie about it. So I hope the dude wins.
Well, out of the 2 losses,
I think it'll just come down to how much he's trained for it, if he's taking it seriously or not.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
But out of the 2 losses for Conor McGregor, what were those by submission from being taken to the ground?
One was by Nate Diaz, and I know he lost another fight, and I can't remember that loss, to be honest.
It was a boxing match.
Well, no, that doesn't count.
I know it was a joke.
God damn it!
Now, how good is the other guy at taking a hit?
Oh, he's not. He's really not. People have tried. He just never has fought a guy with the stand up like Conor McGregor. So if Connor can finish him off in the first 2 rounds, which is a very good possibility because Khabib normally tends to just like bulldog people, meaning he just runs at them and tries to get them down. And if you do that with a person like Conor McGregor, yeah, Connor's going to tag you with his. He's just going to back up, throw that left hand, and knock your ass out. So
or throw it right, get you to panic, and then fucking clock you with that left.
Wasn't Connor's last fight like Mayweather?
Technically, yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah.
I think it'll just come down to how like maybe the Mayweather thing gave Conor a little bit humility.
Well, not only did it give
trained
him
a little bit.
not only did it give him humility, he's going to be even better with his stand-up, and he wasn't no slouch before that. His boxing has to have improved. Like, his stand-up game has to improve by leaps and bounds. He went against the best boxer arguably ever and went longer than anybody could have ever gave him credit for.
Well, that's because Mayweather was treating him like a bitch. I mean, he basically just felled him up most of the time, and it's like, okay, now I know what white boy can do, and he just hammered him.
Well, I mean,
no one expected that. No one expected that uppercut that Conor gave him either, and nearly knocked him unconscious. If that would have been a boxing match with MMA gloves on instead of boxing gloves, Conor would have knocked him out with that uppercut. I have no doubt in my mind about it.
Dude, I tell you what, I've done a little bit of boxing and a little bit of fucking ruffian, street fighting, bar fighting. I'd rather get hit with a fucking bare hand. Like, it's a sharp pain, and a boxing glove is getting hit with a soft brick.
I can see that totally.
Like, I just hate the feeling of my brain just fucking against my skull.
I think a bare knuckle kind of, hurts you. It's more.
Yeah, it's a sharper pain.
It's exactly
focused on the knuckles.
Yeah, it's a sharper pain, whereas a boxing glove just kind of rattles you. Like
it's like a getting hit with a soft brick.
I agree with that.
16-ounce brick. It just kind of forces your fucking head to slosh around. I hate it. I hated it. That's why I quit.
I don't blame you.
At a young age, I was like, "Fuck this."
I can tell you where one of my concussions came from. So.
Well, I guess since no one gives a shit about talking about the UFC, yeah, sure, Doc. More concussion stories, please.
No. I mean, from boxing, man. That's God damn.
And then afterwards, you went to a bar and sucked on a milk titty.
Yep. He got a white Russian direct from the tap. He sucked on a Russian lady's tit.
That sounds really fucking good right now, minus the titty milk.
I was about to say, bro. Wait. Could you rephrase that? Because you literally just said after I said he sucked on a white Russian lady's tit breast milk. You're like, that sounds pretty good right about now.
No, the white Russian part, not the titty milk.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, maybe the titty, just not the milk.
Right? That would be pretty good.
No, you want to know the best thing?
Lebowski in one hand and the titty in the other.
I was just gonna say one of the best things about corsets, because I'm gonna go back to something that I know about instead of trying to figure out UFC stuff. One of the best things about corsets is you could go ahead and put a glass full of white Russian right in between the titties and drink it from there.
I thought you were going to recommend McGregor wears one. That'll help his fight tomorrow. That's where I thought we were going.
I should also answer. Yes, I do actually have a corset. No, I cannot wear it, for it is too small now. My tits kind of grew too much for it.
You can still wear the corset. I'm letting you know now. You can.
I have that same problem, but with a Star Trek shirt.
Your titties were too big for it?
Yeah, a security officer just does not look good with moobs.
You know what, though? Corsets look so good on men.
So you have said.
Nothing but questions.
It is one of my favorite things to do is to get guys like to come in and wear a corset. Like, I get to tie them in a corset, and then I get to go ahead and show them exactly how it feels. And they're like, "Oh, I don't want to look like a girl. I'm like, you're not going to look like a girl. Corsets were originally made for men. Corsets, high heels, and makeup.
I was just getting ready to say high heels.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fucking tutti fruity fucking Europeans.
Goddamn powder
Don't
whiz.
blame us. Don't blame us.
I'm just going to point out that men look so good in corsets.
Ugh. Starting to sound like Buffalo Bill from freaking
Yeah,
Silence of the Lambs.
I was thinking that in my head.
Yeah.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me
Hey, you
hard.
leave Buffalo Bill alone. He's a good boy. He didn't do nothing. He just wanted to make a skin suit out of big old fat ladies.
Exactly. He was just trying to steal that lady for some clothing.
He was cold.
Harmless fun.
He didn't
Puts
deserve
the
to get
lotion
shot
in the
by Jodie
basket.
Foster.
Or gets the hose again.
Puts the lotion in the fucking basket.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Precious.
I love it. This shit cracks me up every fucking time.
I know.
You should check out a song by the Greenskeepers. It's called Lotion. Matter of fact, before I go, I will leave people with that. I will grab that real quick, put the link in the chat. These guys actually agreed to let us use this song on my movie soundtrack. Pretty cool guys. They actually even wanted to come down and do a cameo, but we could never get them in.
Swear to God, if this is stuck in the middle with you, I'm out.
No,
Dude,
No.
that's the theme song of 2018 for me.
I don't know. One of the songs that I'd had stuck in my head ever since Doc brought it up was sucking on my titties like you wanted me, calling me all the time.
All I can think of is Johnny Knoxville with a fake ball sack.
I don't want to know why you keep thinking of ball sacks, dude. Like, don't.
Well, because that's the song
No.
they play when he's walking, him and Spike Lee in the old people suits.
Yeah.
Knoxville has his balls hanging out, and Spike Lee has his old grandma titties flopping.
Well then.
That was fun.
there we go. So there's the link.
Is it shill time?
It is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official shill time. Start where you want. Who wants to start off shilling?
Can we get the accent to go first? I like your accent, if I could say. Miss multicolored eyed.
Oh.
Never mind, I'm going to shut up.
Viper.
Yeah, my name's a Viper or Viper Sword.
Oh.
Even though I wasn't on long, content creator, maker of t-shirts and other merch, and also if you want some artwork done, you can commission me. That is me. I'm also on Twitter. There you go.
Are you throwing links in the chat? Viper, you should know if you're coming on here, you better have that shit ready.
Oh my.
This is only my second time being on here, and I was kind of forced to be on here.
Oh,
You twisted your arm to click
Yeah,
that
what the
link.
hell?
Just have it on Notepad or something.
They're all demanding. Fine. Go on,
Yeah.
shill yourselves. I'll sort out my channel.
So what kind of artwork do you do?
That I mainly do like some anime stuff, sort of thing. Or yeah, I'm very varied. It's just what I draw.
Okay.
Sometimes I can draw like the superheroes, like freaking like She-Hulk and like Marvel heroes and things like that. Or I can just draw things like gargoyles or Black Butler type stuff. Very weird, yes.
I like that. I had Optic Decay do me a drawing for I have an Evil Dead sleeve going on my left arm.
Oh yeah.
And I'm always looking for new artists to contribute.
If you want, you can find me on Twitter, and there are links like my TeePublic store in there, and also there's probably a link somewhere in the Twitter thread to my DeviantArt that I've started recently. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I should do this then. Where are you at, Chop Top? There you are. Oh no, please continue. I'm gonna send Chop Top a piece of my artwork.
Well, since
so you can put it on your sleeve.
Since
Yes, sir.
our Medicare clone wanted Viper to go first, you want to come in after her?
Oh my. Well, I mean, since you're offering, shit.
Freezing.
Hello. What a sell job. I actually have a show tomorrow with my co-host, user by the name of Water Jabbers. We do a goof on the news show called Jobbers and Jabbers, 5 o'clock Eastern on my channel, which I'll have my link because I pretend to be prepared, and I'll put that in the chat. So feel free to subscribe and join us tomorrow. That's all I got. I'm done.
Chop Top.
I don't have any content.
Do you have a Twitter?
Yes, it's hold on. My first one got nuked, so it's at ChopTop16. And I do plan on starting to stream just like for Halloween, like old school Resident Evil games and maybe some horror movie reviews. And recently I got into building Freddy Krueger gloves. So I'm thinking about maybe doing some tutorials on that for anybody who's interested.
That'd be fun. So I put it on your Twitter.
Okay. I will look.
And we go silent. So I'm Kadant. I'm an insomniac. That's why you hear me on here with Doc because I'll click the hangout link and I guess he needed some estrogen to balance out his testosterone. I don't really do anything. I'm on Moonifest Destiny on Wednesdays, for Not Safe for Wednesdays with Lo-Fi. I'm also Twitter. And
yeah, it's sure as shit not safe. I don't know what I walked into the last time, but I was like, oh my.
Wasn't it fun though?
Oh yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah. I do kind of sometimes make content. Mind you, it's not good content. Like my longest video is still like maybe 2 minutes at most. And you guys don't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, no, like Moonivest and Doc, and if you haven't already subscribed and started following Doc, hit like, hit subscribe, follow Doc. He's worth it.
Doc's a good man.
Yeah.
Doc is one of the wise men of this little corner of YouTube.
I wouldn't say that, but
every now and then he drops some nice nuggets of truth.
Like my my grandfather said, is you don't have to be smart as long as you've been around like a tire.
Alfred Keith is right. There's a decent amount of my videos that are basically just aimed at my cleavage, because why the fuck not?
Wow, can I get a link?
Content. It's nice cleavage.
I tell you what, Chop Top, I'll send you a serious one, because I just drew that because somebody. This was like the first season of Walking Dead, so I drew the little dead girl.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the little. I stopped watching The Walking Dead when they pulled that bullshit with Glenn.
I had that shit set to record.
That mid-season fucking cliffhanger bullshit. I was like, the motherfucker went under the trash can. I'm done. This is lazy.
Here now, I think Kadant's seen this one, but if you haven't, I'll submit that as something that might be good to go on Skin.
Yeah, if you look through my Twitter, you'll see, like, I got Henrietta, Evil Ed. I got the hand is almost life size on my forearm, and then the one Optic did for me was the laughing deer head. I got that on the back of my hand. My we actually got to kick it into overdrive. Me and my artist, he wants to enter me in the sleeve competition for the convention coming up next year.
Nice. Well, if nothing else, you can throw your Twitter up there.
Mm-hmm.
And Cloak and Dagger says, "Follow me on Twitter." He's starting to crank out some. He's starting to crank out some clips now. So.
Oh, he didn't show up. Fuck him.
So there's definitely content. Well, no,
I'm just being a dick. Don't mind me.
The chat.
Yeah, and if anything, Cloak, you feel free to. This is the one thing that I'm like totally, completely okay with you clipping. Feel free to clip the Wilson and the Joker.
No, don't clip the Wiz. No.
Good.
Other women don't need to know about that. It'll just create a vicious cycle of period blood on a man's face and then jizz and pubes on a woman's face.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? You want to talk about some jizz stuff? So after the guy comes in you reach down.
Oh,
and
God damn it.
You take your thumb and you just scoop some of it up and you rub it across his forehead and you go Simba.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking. I couldn't even be mad at that one.
Okay, and on that note,
Gross, gross, cadunt.
A cherry on top, if you will.
I couldn't be mad at that one. I'd have a laugh at that one.
Yeah, it can't get any better than that. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to thank Cadunt, of course, Viper Sword, Hey Man, Nice Shot, Chop Top Nada, a Big Fat Brian, and am I forgetting some? Oh,
Anti-Hero, Tennessee Marine.
And Tennessee Marine for stopping by tonight. And now everybody, please have a great day at work. Since it's Saturday, hopefully you got the day off. But yeah, I'm going to bed, fuckers. Bye.
Bye.